Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in to watch this video. This is Debbie from Spill the Tea Leaf Readings and More. In this video, I'm going to show you some tarot spreads to help you interpret your dreams. For anyone new to these videos, the cards I'll be showing you are just examples, and I'm not reading for an actual person. It's all in service of showing you what the tarot can do for you. And of course, if you like what you see, let me know, subscribe, and maybe even get a reading with me. If that is something you're interested in, you can email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. Let's start with an easy 3-card spread. This one is from Emerald Lotus. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups as the key theme of this dream. If this were a real spread, I would find it really interesting that the theme is the one non-major card in this layout. The Three of Cups is about friendship and celebration, so I would assume this was a happy dream that made you feel good about yourself and connected to others. The Judgment card is why the dream feels meaningful. As this card can mean either rebirth or being true to oneself, I would say this dream is meaningful because of what you've been through to get to this point and to be in a celebratory moment. It means that you're on the right path or even that you've reached the end of your journey. The last card here is the Wheel of Fortune. I would say that this dream is trying to teach you that good things do happen to you while also reminding you that life has ups and downs, so enjoy the ups while you can. I will say that it's hard to interpret a fake dream that I haven't even made up yet, so this video will be a little different than some others just because it's impossible to figure out the backstory. For example, if this spread were to show up for a bad dream, how would you interpret it? Especially since it's so positive. I won't do this for every spread in the video, but I will do it here just to demonstrate how different all these cards could be interpreted based on the dream that you're trying to interpret. This, by the way, means that these spreads are probably more useful as self-reflection rather than using them to try to interpret a different person's dreams. Okay, so bad dream version really quickly. 1, the theme is that you feel left out of something good or celebratory. 2, you feel that it's time to be true to yourself no matter the cost. 3, everything happens for a reason, and even though this feels dark, it will turn out okay in the end. Here is another 3-card spread. This one is from spiraltarot.com. This focuses on the subconscious and conscious message of a dream and how to take it into the real world. All right, a lot of major arcana showing up for us right from the start here. Our first card, just like in the last example, is the one minor card, though. Um, Here it is the Six of Pentacles reversed, which is usually about one-sided giving. This can be selfishness or the opposite, in which you give so much of yourself for nothing in return. So the subconscious message might be you realizing that maybe a friend is taking advantage of you, or since this is Pentacles, maybe that you are being taken advantage of at work. The Magician reversed is the conscious message. Reverse, the Magician could be a trickster or representing untapped potential. Since the trickster is kind of close to the subconscious message, I'm going to go with the untapped potential and say that you know that you have more to offer the world. Finally, the practical application of the dream's message is in the form of the Hanged Man. I think this is telling you that it's time to look for a new perspective. Take a beat to look around, figure out how to be all you can be and who is taking advantage of you. Figure that out, and that will help you turn the tables. Next up is a spread that could have anywhere between 2 and infinity cards, I suppose. Card 1 is the overarching message, and then each subsequent card you put down is about one symbol from your dream, which means that each time you use this spread, it could be totally different. The way the cards are laid out is just a suggestion from spiraltarot.com. I think as long as the cards for each symbol surround the first card, that's enough. I could even see putting card 1 down and then forming a second row underneath for all of your possible symbols. So I stuck with the 4 cards in the example. This one is going to be extra hard to do as an example because you need to know what the symbols in the dream were in order to decide how many cards to lay out and what they mean. Let's say that this is a dream where you find yourself giving a presentation in school without any clothes on. Our first symbol could be school, our second could be nudity, and our third could be a particular student who is someone you recognize from your waking life. As you shuffle your cards, you would identify these 3 symbols in which order you will be laying the cards out. Otherwise, the cards will not be helpful. The first card is the overarching message. This will always be your first card before you put cards down for the individual symbols. With the dream example I gave, this makes no sense on the surface, but maybe it's reminding you to have empathy for others because you never know what emotions are just under the surface. Let's say the next card I put down was the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I'm saying it's reversed because it's facing the left. We said this would be school. School stands for the lack of opportunities you feel you have, like you have to go back to school and start over in order to get anywhere. If you are currently in school when having this dream, it may represent you not studying what you want to be studying. The second symbol we're looking at is nudity, and that will be represented by the devil. Obviously, being naked in a dream is about vulnerability, and that can certainly be one interpretation of this card. This card can also be about giving into temptation or feeling attached to something almost like you have no control. Loss of control does feel like it connects to nudity in the dream world, so this card is telling you that you feel that way, but you can gain back control in your life just like you can always put clothes on to prevent your own nudity. The third symbol we were going to look at was a student, that is someone you know in the real world. This is the Two of Cups. So it's important to understand what role the person played in the dream to interpret this card. Were they just there? Were they laughing? Because this is the Two of Cups, a card of partnership, I'm going to say that this person has your back and was probably in your dream to show support during this vulnerable moment. Again, depending on the symbols in your dream and how they made you feel, these cards could come across as something very different. This Decoding Dreams spread is from tarotforum.net and uses 4 cards. The star reverse starts us off here by letting us know that the dream was about how hopeless or depressed you are currently feeling in your life. The Two of Swords is about a tough decision you have to make in life, and the Page of Cups is telling us that the dream's purpose is to help to give you inspiration. A key thing here is this card's association with intuition, so it's also a reminder to trust your gut. The Three of Pentacles reverse is our last card, and it is telling you that you walk this path alone. Only you can make this decision. This may be why you're feeling hopeless, but when you listen to the Page of Cups, that will hopefully make things easier. As always, we start with the least amount of cards and move our way up. Here we are with a 5-card spread, one of many called Dream Interpretation Tarot Spread. This particular one is from rosebymystics.com. The middle cards are all working together in this spread to convey a message from your dream. I really like the last query of how can I move forward in a positive way? So let's take a look here. The Page of Pentacles is the answer to why you are having this dream. He is here to tell you that there is an opportunity available to you that you don't want to let go of or miss out on. The Emperor, the Empress reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed are all working together to show you what message or messages were being conveyed in this dream. So we have law and order with lack of independence, infertility, or creative block, and a lack of passion or motivation. So I would say that the message here is that you're too caught up in doing things by the book, which has left you feeling listless, optionless, and dependent on what others think. So how can you move forward in a positive way? The Ace of Cups is all about opening yourself up, trusting yourself, and following your heart. So in other words, don't miss out on this opportunity because it's outside of the box. Trust your gut over what you think is right. Another 5-card dream interpretation tarot spread. This one is from Tatiana Tarot and weaves the waking life with the dream world to help you interpret your dream. Just looking at the first 2 cards, having nothing to do with the spread itself, my initial thought is that there is a new beginning that will allow you to heal. Let's see if that lines up with our spread here. Death reversed is probably about the fact that you've just entered a new phase of your life or started a new chapter, however you want to word it, and that is what inspired the dream. The overall energy of the dream is the Three of Swords reversed, so it is telling you that you are capable of healing. Obviously, whatever happened in your last chapter left you feeling hurt. The Seven of Pentacles is the issue in this dream. You've worked hard and your efforts are paying off, but you don't want to or don't know how to proceed. The Nine of Cups tells us that the outcome of this dream will leave you feeling okay, if not good. And the Five of Pentacles is reminding you that help is always available and that you shouldn't be too proud to accept it. Taken all together, the spread is telling you that your dream was letting you know that it's okay to move on and to seek help in doing so. This spread from ethany.com is quite wordy, but contains a lot of potentially helpful information. As I'm sure you've seen by now, there are a lot of similar queries in all of these spreads. I did my best to choose ones that were nuanced rather than repetitive for you. The reason for the dream is the Five of Wands, a card of conflict and challenges. This tells me that you must be facing one of those, which makes perfect sense for a dream. The meaning is the King of Pentacles. He tends to be, a Knight of Pentacles. He tends to be a reliable figure. Was there someone in the dream that represents a real life person you can rely on? That would be my first instinct. Another possibility is that the Knight is there to remind you to take things one step at a time. The Queen of Swords is your guide. She is here to tell you the truth, but also to encourage you to be honest and true. The Fool reverse is the Mind card. This is here to tell you that you've been careless or reckless and naive. The High Priestess reverse is the Message. She usually shows up when you're not listening to your intuition, so this is probably here to remind you to do so. Finally, the Call is represented by the Eight of Pentacles. Practice makes perfect, so practice whatever it is that will help you resolve the challenge or conflict. This could be as simple as practicing a difficult conversation with someone in the mirror before having the actual conversation. It could be telling you that to learn your lines for the play, you need to practice them over and over again. All of this depends on what's actually going on in your life and what the dream actually was. This late night spread from Emerald Lotus seems to be for a dream that wakes you up in the middle of the night. The third card is about something specific, so you want to make sure you know what event in your dream you want that card to be before you lay the cards out. In fact, before you even shuffle the cards, I would know what you want to fill in for the third question so your intention is clear from the start. Since we have an event in a dream that we need to interpret, I'm going to go back to the naked school presentation dream. I've actually never had a dream like this, but it seems like a common dream for people, which is why I'm using it as an example. The theme of this dream is the Knight of Cups, who is a romantic figure. This dream could be telling you who your knight is in real life, who you can be vulnerable around. The second card, the main lesson, is the Sun. This is such a positive card, so I'll say that it goes with the theme of this dream, knowing who you can trust to be yourself around, who lets you shine. Okay, the event, which is the actual presentation that you're giving at the front of the classroom while naked. The Tower card shows up, so maybe things are about to go down in real life, like a big change is coming that you are nervous about. You won't be able to avoid it, just like you couldn't avoid the naked presentation in your dream. I would take all of this information and say that this is why you need to know who you can trust, because you'll need to lean on this person in the real world very soon, if not now. The fourth card is about how this event is influencing you in the real world. Well, if a big change is coming that you're nervous about, you are probably extremely stressed out. The Ace of Swords reverse can be a lack of clarity. So the fact that you can't see what will happen after this change is the source of your stress, or at least in addition to it. The Eight of Swords reversed is about the inner work that you need to do. This is all about getting rid of that negative self-talk. I would recommend telling yourself that it's going to be all right and that you are capable of making it through this and other hard things. Say this to yourself at least 3 times before going to bed and believe it for a more restful sleep. Our final card in the spread is the Four of Cups. Interestingly, as a card about what you will learn from your dreams tonight, I would say nothing. The Four of Cups can be a person who doesn't know how to accept gifts. So either you're not letting your dreams help you, you can't remember them upon waking, or saying that mantra yourself before bed has actually helped, and there is nothing to learn from the dream you'll have tonight. Our last spread is the Dream Mirror Tarot spread from Labyrinthos.com and has 7 cards. This one also takes a look at how your waking life and dream world relate to each other. The unique thing about the spread is the end with the last 2 cards. What lesson are you supposed to be getting from the dream, and what is blocking you from addressing it? This last card is supposed to cross the 6th card in the middle, but for the aid of seeing the numbers properly, I put the 7th card down a little bit lower than it should be. Here, you can see how the 7th card should be crossing the 6th a little bit better, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start back at 1, shall we? And yes, if you're hearing Brian McKnight in your head, we are now on the same page. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles reversed for your waking life environment. This tells me that you're having trouble keeping up. Either you are dropping the ball somewhere in your life or you're really struggling to keep all the balls in the air, which could lead to them dropping in the future. This may also be specifically about money problems. Again, it depends on the person and the dream. The dream world environment is the Seven of Wands reversed. In your dream, you are fighting to hold your ground. Certainly, if you're struggling in life, this could manifest this way in a dream. Waking life emotions is our third card, the Queen of Pentacles. She is very grounded and motherly, very even keel. So maybe you've been good at staying balanced in real life. Maybe you go on hikes or spend time outdoors in another manner to help achieve this balance. In the dream world, interestingly, you are elevating yourself up a step to the King of Pentacles, who is a great leader. Emotionally, this means that in your dream, you feel like you have everything you need, despite the fact that your environment has you holding your ground. So maybe this dream is aspirational. The fifth card is what caused the dream. The Nine of Swords says stress. Well, yeah, if you're struggling in life, of course you're stressed. The lesson to learn is the Ten of Wands. I know you can't really see this card, but here is a guy holding 10 sticks. He is struggling, but he has them. The Two of Pentacles reverse threatens the loss, the dropping of the 2 coins the person is juggling. So the lesson here is how to hold on to what you have, how to better balance the load. This may mean delegation. It may mean readjusting the priorities in your life so that you have a better handle on things. It's interesting because according to the spread, you feel grounded and balanced, but not in the same area where the Two of Pentacles is. It's almost as if you're living 2 lives. So this card might also be telling you to bring the balance from one side of yourself to the other. What is blocking you from addressing this is strength reversed. I say reversed because the card is facing left. You are trying to show your strength. You don't want anyone to see you falter, and that is blocking you from doing what you need to do. It's okay to be vulnerable, according to this last card. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed learning these spreads, and I hope you were able to sleep well and better interpret your dreams. If you are interested in getting a reading, please email me at info@spillthetealeaf.com. In my next video, I'll highlight a different type of spread, and I do hope you join me for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment below if you want me to cover something specific sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful day.